Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans votre channel qui s'appelle Frenchy with Karen. Welcome back everyone to Frenchy with Karen, and it's been such a great pleasure for me to continue creating such videos like this just for you. Now, in today's video, we will be discussing a little bit more on the object pronouns, and specifically we will be delving into our group D's and group E's. If you haven't watched the two previous videos yet where we discussed about all of the groups very briefly, but today in this specific video we will be touching on group D and E specifically. If you haven't watched the two previous videos yet, be sure to go and watch that as well. You will be able to find a link of the two previous videos in the description below, so be sure to check that out. At the same time, if you want to learn a little bit more about French phrases or how we keep up French in our day-to-day lives, you can be sure to follow us on our Instagram handle. You will be able to find my personal Instagram here. Be sure to ask me any questions that you have about this channel or about any French phrases or anything related French that you would like to learn more about of. Today we will be talking about our pronom I and pronom on. Now, pronom I remplace a plus nom or a plus en proposition. Now, proposition is different from a preposition. When we have proposition and preposition, they're very different. They sound very similar, but in fact, they're entirely different. Now, proposition is more like an idea that you have. It could be a phrase, it could be a sentence, it could be anything, basically. But again, it's an idea, it's an opinion, and usually you would find it in a whole bunch of phrases. Now, a preposition is something that refers to in, on, at, under, with, all those little connecting words that tell you where the object is. And these are in fact two very different things. Now, I over here replaces a plus un nom or a plus une proposition. Now, for example, let's look at two very basic examples. For the first one, we have vous attendez-vous à obtenir un A en français. Now, here we're trying to replace the phrase à obtenir un A en français. Ici, on va utiliser le pronom I. So here we're going to use the pronom I. And how do we make use of pronom I here? What we're going to do is that we want to be able to answer this question, but we want to be able to make use of the pronom I in this. And because I've underlined the phrase for you, so over here you would be able to see my teaching materials so that it will be able to complement each other and you'll be able to better understand. So, I is going to be replacing à obtenir un A en français. Et ici, on va utiliser le pronom réflexif ici. Donc, notre réponse sera oui, je m'y attends. Now, why do we include I over here? It's because we have a plus une proposition. Donc, ici, on va utiliser I. Again, if you're a little bit confused on where I should go, again, you can look at the first video that I created on object pronouns. Usually, I will be after all the reflexives and also after me. So this is why we have I après me. Pour le deuxième exemple, ici, il y a une phrase « Apprenez-vous à jouer au badminton ?» Donc ici, on va utiliser le pronom I aussi, parce que ici, il y a A plus un nom. Et le nom est badminton. So we're going to use the pronoun I over here because badminton is in fact a noun. And then it's going to be A plus un nom. This is why it fulfills the criteria and we will use the pronoun I. Now, how do we make use of the pronoun I when we're responding to this question? Now, one of the particular way is that we can see two verbs here. We can see apprendre and we can see jouer. And because there is two verbs, our pronoun is going to go before the second infinitive. So if we were to answer this, we would say, oui, j'apprends à y jouer. Why do we add y before jouer? Because jouer is the second verb. And we will not put it before apprendre because apprendre is the first one. So when you have two verbs together, your object pronoun will go in between it, and that's why it will go before your jouer. Moving on to our second sort of major group that I wanted to discuss about in this particular video is en. Now, en remplace de, du, de la, de le et des. OK? Plus nombre de choses. Donc, le pronom en est un pronom complément habituel employé pour les choses ou les animaux. Now, usually we try to, when we have a phrase, we're trying to look if we see de or any particular article from l'article définitif. Et ici, on peut voir que pour la première phrase, avez-vous besoin de votre bicyclette? Now, ici, de votre bicyclette. Il y a l'article de, donc il y a une possibilité pour utiliser en ici. Et après avoir vu ce phrase, je pense que c'est très important pour utiliser le pronom en. So we will be using le pronom en here. Why are we using le pronom en? Because we see de plus our noun, which is bicyclette. Votre is simply something to tell you whose possession is it. So we know it's your bicycle, but then it's simply a bicycle. No matter whose it belongs to, it's still a bicycle. So here we can see de plus a noun, and this is the reason why we will be making use of the object pronoun en. How do we answer this? So pause this video for 5 seconds, take a think of this and try and think, would you be using le pronom en? If you do, where will you be putting it? So after 5 seconds, pause the video and then we'll go through it together. So if you've taken your 5 seconds, of course, what you'll be noticing is that, again, we have de plus le nom. Donc, if we had to write this as a response, we would say oui, Jean a besoin. Now, why do we add en before a? Before a? Because a is simply a conjugated form of the infinitive avoir, and this is why we would put it before the first verb, and the first verb is a, so we would put it before that, and then we will have Jean a besoin. Now, again, I really hope you found this video very helpful. I've tried my best to complement this entire video with some of my teaching materials. At the same time, I have some practice questions for you to try, so be sure to look in the description below and you would find a great sort of teaching resource where I have compiled a set of questions for you to try, and there is also an answer key that is provided, so be sure to take that little time to check that out as well. In the exercise, you would be able to see a lot of different exercises on the object pronouns, and we'll be touching through several different things. So be sure to take your time and try and do the entire exercise. If you have any questions at all, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Till then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!